Onthebuzzer.com, and we got some more NBA for you. This time, we're gonna delve into the New Orleans.
I don't think delve is the proper word for New Orleans.
We're jumping into it.
No, we're not.
Oh, because it's like an insulting word?
No, because I can basically talk about the New Orleans Hornets in 3 seconds. Chris Paul, David West. Let's move on.
That was about 2.8. New Orleans Hornets. You know what? I like some of this team has some of my favorite players in the NBA.
Let me hear.
Let's start off with Chris Paul.
Okay.
Okay, Chris Paul is
who should have been an Atlanta Hawk right now, but I digress.
But you have Joe Johnson, who you think is better, right? Remember you said that?
I didn't say that.
What did you say?
I'm not going to get into it. I'm not going to get into it. Let's talk about the Hornets.
Let's talk about Chris Paul. 17 points, 9 assists, 4 rebounds. This guy's going to be the next Jason Kidd.
Can I throw him into that? Can I throw him into that point guard category that I was talking about in our last segment?
Which one was that?
When I said there's only a handful of point guards that
definitely.
Okay.
He's the top 5 point guards in the league.
By far.
By far, easily.
I love this kid. He's a gamer.
Yeah.
He's tough. He comes to win.
He plays injured.
He does.
When he messed up his thumb.
But let's talk about the crappy pickup of Peja Stojakovic that hasn't panned out. This guy's back is done. Reports out of campus, he can't even bend over to tie his shoes anymore.
He doesn't need to bend over, first of all. This guy is actually another one. He used to be one of my favorite players because he had one of the smoothest shots ever, and his wife is fine.
But he's done. He's just done.
Hot looking wife.
He does.
Hot.
He does.
He is done. I don't know. I'm hoping that he bounces back this year. He only played 13 games last year, and what a travesty. What a travesty.
That's a travesty.
This guy's career just went down the drain after he left Sacramento.
David West has been a nice little bright spot for the Hornets.
David West is the highest scorer on the team.
He's putting up some nice numbers.
He's leading them with 18 points, 8 rebounds.
Isn't he a cancer?
No, I'm not throwing that out yet. They did pick up a replacement for Peja in Mo Pete. He offers a little outside, a little inside. I just think they might have paid him a little too much money. $23 million for 4 years. That's like $5 million a year or something like that. My math isn't that good.
Let's talk about Mo Pete though. I mean, what is this guy bringing really to the table that you need? I mean, I know if you're the Hornets, you'll take anything.
No, because no one wants to play there.
And I know, well, maybe Mo Pete in this Hornets system, and by system, I mean they need anybody to score, he might put up some decent numbers for them.
He will put up some decent numbers. He's got a good outside, good three-point shot. He can shoot the ball. The problem is I think he asks for the ball too much, and if he's not involved in the game, his head gets out, and he doesn't. He doesn't.
Hold on, I'm feeling something coming.
No, not yet.
Give him the tag, baby. Give him the tag.
No,
every team needs one. You can't win without it. He's a cancer.
If you're saying it, maybe I'll agree with you. I'd like to talk about Bobby Jackson, Mr. Six Man. This guy is also one of the best six men in the league.
He was if this was like 1993.
Looks like the Hornets are putting together the old Sacramento group. You know, the band's coming back.
Yeah,
Bobby Jackson.
Vlade Divac coming out of retirement.
Bobby Jackson's he averages about 10. I think he's more of a spark plug type of guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd like to see this guy have his own team. I wish he was a point guard on the team, a starting point. I want to see how.
It's funny you mentioned that because they tried that experiment and it failed. Because my colleague here hasn't really been keeping up with the NBA.
No, I'm just stats. I'm not experiments. Let's talk about.
You're just quick to throw labels on people.
You know who I want to talk about is Tyson Chandler. 9 points, 12 rebounds.
Tyson. I'm not going to clown him because I loved Tyson Chandler. I loved him coming out of high school.
More than Eddie Curry?
Way more than Eddie Curry because I just liked the way he conducted himself. Eddie Curry just seemed overweight to me all the time.
Like Shaq.
Drafted by the Clippers, I was happy being like a secondary Clippers fan, but then traded for Elton Brand, which I like because I loved it. Yeah, it worked out. But then in Chicago, this guy never panned out. I don't know what happened. I mean, I'm looking at him, and maybe I'm gonna have to take a page from your book. All this guy can do is dunk.
You know what? He needs a big man coach. You got to go to a big man camp, baby. You got 9 points, 12 rebounds.
He can
starting
rebound.
Center.
This guy, and he's got a couple of games every season where he brings in like 20 plus rebounds.
A couple of games isn't cutting it. I'm not complaining about your rebounds. I need you, and I know you're listening right now. I need you to score at least 16 to 17 points a game.
I agree.
This team needs points.
They do. Tyson Chandler's got to take it to that next step.
There's plenty of ball to go around.
He's got to be the poor man's Dwight Howard.
Ask for the ball. Let me tell you, if he asks for the ball, it'll come to him. He needs.
How about if you build it? Will it come?
If he builds it, I don't know if it's coming yet. Let's talk about a couple other guys they have. Melvin Ely, Fresno State. This guy was solid. He was drafted by the Clippers back in the day too. Showed flashes of brilliance. I'm still waiting for him to break out of his shell.
It's not gonna happen.
That's it. Just it's not gonna happen. I don't even give him a chance.
Yeah, I mean he is what he is.
All right.
I mean it's true. What do you want from Melvin Ely? Really?
What is he?
He's like an 8 and 5 kind of guy for you.
I drafted you and I want you to become something. That's what I want.
That's what I want out of Tyson Chandler. I love that kid. I want him to do it.
They went and picked up David Wesley.
They had David Wesley, I think.
No, they picked him up.
You sure? Where was he last season?
He was with the Cavs at one point last season.
David Wesley's not doing anything.
Why would you bring David? David Wesley, Mo Pete, I think almost interchangeable. They're both pretty good outside shooters. I don't think that you needed both of them. But they picked up pretty cheap, less than $2 million. So, I mean...
Let's talk about the kid they got out of Kansas, Julian Wright.
Well, why don't you tell me about him, since you know so much about him?
I like this kid. In Kansas, wasn't necessarily the first option, didn't really get a chance to show what he can do. I think he's in the right team, right system. Watch out for this kid.
I think between him and Adam Haluska, their other rookie that they picked up...
I think you're hallucinating.
Yeah. I don't think the rookies, they haven't done much in the preseason, that I know, and I'm afraid they're not going to do much in the regular season too. They got all these guys, David Wesley, Mo Pete, all these guys that are kind of clogging up the system. If you're going to go young, you want to go rookies, don't go sign Mo Pete's and
But don't you want a little veteran leadership to bring the rookies along?
I definitely want that, but Mo Pete is not a veteran that I want leading my my rookies.
Is he
I'm not going to say that. I'm not throwing it out. I don't throw it out as loosely. I'm not as loose as people think I am. I'm just saying that there are some guys that can lead and some guys that can't, and I think Mo Pete is one that can.
I agree with you, but he's a good kid, Mo Pete. I think. Well, let's talk about what do you think the Hornets are going to do this year?
Not much.
Do you think they're going to make the playoffs?
No, there's no way. How are they going to make the playoffs? They're in the West, the mighty West. Are you kidding me?
It saddens me that Chris Paul
is wasting his years away over there.
I know. I wish he was with the Hawks.
The good thing is he'd be wasting his years away over there too. The good thing is that he's still young. There's plenty of time for them to rebuild or trade this guy away. Hopefully,
hopefully not trade him away. Hopefully they trade away Peja and get a little something for him, a bag of balls.
Give him some. You might get some ladies' balls for him. But him, one last guy I just want to talk about, Jannero Pargo. Little role player type guy, another one of these like little dinky I can shoot 3-pointer type guys.
Laker has been cast off.
Bulls
cast off.
I don't know. They're not doing much this year. I'm sorry.
I agree.
Sorry, it doesn't look like a good year. We'll let you cheer for the Mavericks if you want, or any other team that's doing well in the playoffs. But you got to hang by your team for regular season at least.
Stay with them.
Onthebuzzer.com. We'll catch you next time.